What's going on, people? Welcome back to another edition, episode 2 of Scott Reacts here on my YouTube channel. The first one we did after game 3 of the NBA Finals didn't have a name for it yet. It just said Pacers championship win or whatever I decided to name it at that particular moment. But basically, the name of this show is Scott Reacts, where I'm going to be giving instant reactions to games, important games like the NBA Finals and things like that, and events and stuff. A couple of these might even be live. This one isn't going to be live because it's late. I don't know how many people are still up, and all that other good shit. And I prefer to do it this way. So yeah, man. Also on the channel, if you're watching this, I will hope you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you need to click on the subscribe button right now. Click on the subscribe button, like, leave a comment, turn your notifications on, all that. We finna be uploading a whole bunch of stuff on this channel. Yeah, man. Like, so this will be side content, not even really side content, but content that isn't anything. Like, I'm not gonna hold you or 79 the house. If you want that, the other YouTube channels to get that. And of course, those videos are still on this page. If you want a one-stop shop with everything on there, it would be on there for you as well, man. So these episodes, there's not really any time link to them. Could be 10 minutes, could be 20 minutes, whatever. But we will be debuting the Scott Lewis Show, which will be debuting within the next week. I don't have a date for it yet. I just know the homie Tosin is going to be on the first episode. So look out for that. That's going to be a show with really anything. We're going to talk sports. We're going to talk entertainment. We're going to talk maybe even a little bit of politics, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Whatever is on my mind that particular day is what we're going to talk about. So look out for that, man. But let's get into the NBA Finals tonight, man. Game 4 of the NBA Finals is a wrap. The Oklahoma City Thunder scratched out a pulled victory from the defeat of Jaws. I'm pretty sure I said that very, very wrong. But these niggas were losing the game. They were losing the game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was looking tired once again, but he was able to, get his stuff together and will his team to a dub, man. And it is now a 2-2 series heading back to Oklahoma, where they will be in front of that Rockets crowd. And they're gonna be trying to take a commanding lead, and not commanding lead, a firm lead in this series, man. So, man, what can we say about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? I was waiting for the MVP performance from him. When was he gonna do that? Because he did not look like that in Game 3. Honestly, didn't really look like that this entire series. Hasn't been bad numbers if you're doing box score watching, but it just didn't feel like he was there. He was straight up dominant in this fourth quarter. 15 points in the fourth quarter, 14 of those 15 being clutch time points. For those of you who don't know what clutch time is, it is after the under 5 minutes left in the game, with I think it's 5 points or less as a lead for either team. So that's what the clutch time is, man. So he was out there dominating. Also, I got to give some love as well to Chet Holmgren. We talked about him on I'm Not Gonna Hold You today, and we were wondering, like, well, at least I wanted to see him get some more baskets. I know Pappy and the rest of the crew was like, well, how much more can you ask for him? It was only like 4 or 6 points that he had in the fourth quarter, but these were very, very important points, especially in the point of a game where it felt like Indiana could be running away with it. So very, very good contributions there from Chet to help out. A couple timely baskets from J-Dub. But the story here outside of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and by the way, and I saw some of y'all complaining about push-offs, man. Like, stop crying about push-offs. It's the NBA Finals. As long as it's not a blatant foul, shut up. Like, y'all the same people who probably wanted them to call a push-off foul on Michael Jordan over Byron Russell in 1998. Stop crying, bro. It was a nice step back midi by Shai that pretty much sealed the game. I don't think either team scored a basket after that. So, yeah. To go back to the Thunder, what I was saying about the Thunder, defensively, it's like the paint area just closed up for the Pacers the last couple minutes of that game. It was like, yeah, I hope y'all enjoy getting to the free throw line and getting your nice little Obi Toppin dunks and things like that. it's a wrap, brother. That's not happening no more. And they just completely locked on it. And it was Clam City. It was straight up Clam City, man, for them. So very, very impressive win for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Gotta give some love, my favorite white boy, Alex Caruso. And I know the joke is, oh, the Bulls gave him up for nothing. Now, look, the Bulls shouldn't have traded Alex Caruso. But no matter what you may think about Josh Giddey, saying the Bulls traded him for nothing is false. Josh Giddey had a really good year this year, so I get the jokes, but let's relax. Alex Caruso showing you why he's won a championship before and why he's a championship caliber player with 20 points off the bench and was really kind of holding down the offense for a while when the rest of the team really wasn't able to get the ball in the hoop, man. So big game for Alex Caruso. We talked about J-Dub. J-Dub, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 6 of those rebounds being on the defensive end of things. He went 11-11 from the three-point line. This team did not shoot that well from the three-point line. So I think it was like 2 of 13 or something like that. I'm looking for the stat right here from the three-point line. They were 3 of 17 as a team, so that's a terrible shooting percentage for the Oklahoma City Thunder, but didn't matter at the end. Let's go to the Pacers real quick. The Pacers, they had no business losing this game. They came into the fourth quarter up double digits, instantly let OKC get a couple quick baskets, and before you know, voila, it's a 5-point game. And this is the problem I had with the Indiana Pacers coming into this series. I said on I'm Not Gonna Hold You when we previewed the finals, the reason I had the Thunder in 5 at the time was because the Pacers do too much stupid shit that the Knicks weren't good enough to exploit. But you can't do these things against the Thunder. There's too many brain dead moments where they're just playing well. They like there was a couple times in that game that they were playing amazing. Crowd was going loud, and shout out to the Indiana crowd. They were going crazy. Pat McAfee cut another promo, and it was also dope to see a lot of the Pacer legends there. Of course, Reggie was there, Dale Davis, Detlef Shrimp, Derek McKee, Jalen Rose, Travis Best, Mark Jackson, Rick Smith. They had the whole crew out, so it was dope to see all of them there. And it was real good energy, but it's like I feel like they get too caught up in the crowd sometimes when they're home. And it's like they just start hitting try to shoot these round and roll threes instead of setting up their offense. And sometimes it does work for them, but a lot of times it doesn't. There was a time in the second quarter where they could have went on a big lead, and boom, they start playing stupid. 9-0 lead for the Thunder. And the same thing happened this time, except this time it was too late. In the last couple possessions for the Pacers, not only were there dumb shots, it's like 50-50. It was bad offense, but also just tremendous defense by OKC. When you have an opportunity to go up 3-1 in any series, whether it's NBA Finals, first round, whatever, you do that, especially when on paper the team that you're going up against is better. And when the best player in the series, this case being the league MVP, is on the other side, you try to get any advantage you can. You can't come into the fourth quarter with a 10, 12-point lead and put up the type of offense that this team played. Now, I know they're confident. I even heard Tyrese Halliburton walk into the locker room tomorrow. It's okay. You got a couple more left. And that's what you're supposed to think. I just don't see how, now the Thunder have the home court advantage back. So next, it's the best out of 3. So if it goes 3 games, 2 of those 3 games, all right, I don't know the new name of the stadium. I'm old school. I'm going to continue to call it the Chesapeake Arena. I'm pretty sure they changed the name of it, but I don't do well with all these new stadium names. Keep a name, keep a legendary name, and keep it. Chesapeake Arena. I don't see how they go in there and take 2 out of those 3. This is one of those losses where every time you're just going to look like, damn, if we didn't lose this. If you're the Knicks, and you're looking at game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, like, man, imagine if we didn't lose this game. If you're the Nuggets, you're looking at that game 5. What was it, game 4 against the Oklahoma City Thunder, where they had them beat, and then then they had let it come back. We even saw it with the Clippers and the Nuggets, where the Aaron Gordon alley-oop dunk to close the game. So you don't want to lose games like this, man. So that's a very, very tough loss. And for the Thunder, this was a championship level win. I think every year with any championship team, any sport, they have that one game that is very, very tough. A lot of people didn't think they were going to win the way it was looking, and they come out and they steal a dub. That always happens. This was one of those still a dub championship level type wins by the OKC Thunder. I'm going to give a random baseball analogy. To me, it's like when the White Sox won in I think it was like 15 innings in game 3 of the 2005 World Series, to the point where they had a chance to go 3-0 and they did that. So that's golden opportunity missed by the Indiana Pacers. And I'll be real with you, I think they're fucked. I really do. I think this is a team where we know they're just better. They're just better, man. I didn't think it would be this kind of a barn burner type series. And for those of you people who are complaining about, oh, I don't want to, two small market teams, man, you missing out on some great hoops. You really are. Outside of game 2, which was a snooze fest, this has been some great basketball. And I think it's going to end well too, man. So wouldn't shock me if it goes 7. In fact, I think I'm going to pick it to go 7. I do think OKC will win game 5 on Monday night. So there's no basketball this weekend. I don't know who did the scheduling, but there's no basketball this weekend. But on Monday night, I do have the Thunder winning. I got the Pacers winning back at the crib. And then who knows? We got a game 7 coming up after that. That would be nice, man, to end in the NBA season. But I'm your boy, Scott, at Barberchair Scott, all social media platforms. If you are watching this now, of course, I'm going to repost this everywhere on all my socials, on the Barbershop Network YouTube page, on the H&B Media YouTube page. And if you're watching it on anything that isn't the actual Scott Lewis Barberchair Scott YouTube, you need to subscribe. Click on this link, click the subscribe button, press like, leave a comment, turn on your notifications. I'm going to be dropping a lot of stuff, vlogs, still one-stop shop. If you want your 7 at the house, I'm not going to hold you. The playlist will be up here as well. And I got an exclusive show, the Scott Lewis Show, which will be debuting within a week. Patreon subscribers will get it first, a couple days ahead of time. If you are a Patreon subscriber, you will get that ahead of time. If you want to know where to get the Patreon, the link is in the description box. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can scan the QR code and it'll take you right there, man. So, yeah, this is your boy Scott, episode 2 of Scott Reacts. I will holler at y'all after game 5 on Monday. We about here.